What's happening, everybody? Suburban Hiker kicking rocks on day 49 of my 500-mile walk. I'm here at McCoys Creek Trail in Buchanan, Michigan, Berrien County. I've never been on McCoys Creek. I've done a bit of research. I'll talk about it as I go along. I think it is a 4-mile trail, 8 miles from here, from beginning to end and back. I'm not sure. We'll check in with the Map My Walk app to find out for sure. And I will stop and read trail signs and data and fill you in. I have a little bit of research knowledge that I did. I'll talk about that as I go along. Anyhow, let's get started. So now we have more rushing water. Could be another mill, maybe not. I'm not sure. We have a gated area. I don't know if there's a trail back here or not. I don't think there is. Nope, not that I can see. Wanted to check. We're about a mile in so far. There's more hooves. About a mile in on the trail. I suppose I can start sharing some of the data I have about McCoys Creek through internet research, and it'll tie into that mill that we just saw. Apparently McCoys Creek is named after Reverend Isaac McCoy, who used to fish this creek in the 1820s, 200 years ago. And they're trying their darndest to reclaim the area and make it a nice natural setting for people to enjoy. That mill, according to my internet research, there were 13 mills on the creek by the end of the 1800s, the late 1800s. It ended up with 13 mills on McCoys Creek. Now, McCoys Creek in Buchanan, Michigan only is 6 miles. 6 miles of creek, and they managed to get 13 mills. And to use the terminology that I even saw online, it was a renewable energy source before renewable energy was even a phrase. So there you go. Oh, I'm sorry, this camera's going all over the place. I'm coming into a more urban area. I think this is all part of the trail. See, this was the part where it was getting tricky to find online. From where I am standing directly, I don't have anything that's showing any type of a trail marker. But I do have that map printed out, and I have it mostly memorized. I think I'm going in the proper direction to hook up on another part of the trail that is completed. We'll see. All right, I'm finding myself on Oak Street. It's a historic district. Some neat, we'll call them old, well-established houses. I do believe my trail, I catch it up here just a few more blocks down the road. And coming into downtown Buchanan, still on Oak Street, and this is the intersection of Oak Street and Front Street. Relatively quiet afternoon here in Buchanan, Michigan. I have the green light. Just shot down Main Street. Buchanan Garden Club Memorial Park. gazebo. I am still walking down Oak Street looking for some indication of McCoys Creek Trail. I expect it'll come up here shortly. According to the map, it should appear fairly obvious, but we'll see. There's a condemned building I'm walking by right now. How cool is that? I like old condemned buildings. Across the street here we have Firehouse Park. Anyhow, I'm still expecting to find something coming up soon. Another creek. That very well could be McCoys Creek. Quite possibly McCoys Creek Trail picks up here. Oh. If I don't find it, I'll just turn around and walk back the way I came. And then I'll know where I'm at, right? Our Rolf Industrial Scrap and Iron and Metal. And I do believe that is McCoys Creek Trail. We'll go and find out. Okay. Here is a wall of data. Oh my gosh. How cool is this? That's too much to read to you guys. This is fantastic. Let's see, and this is more data than I could find on the internet. And this almost looks like a trail map here. Isn't that crazy? The water-powered mills of McCoys Creek, located in Buchanan, Michigan. How fantastic, what a nice mural. And then we have more data right here. Oh, this is fantastic. How cool is all that? And then on the other side of the trail here, we still have Station 19 for the Fit Trail. And that's something. Alright. Well, let's see what this trail has to offer. I do believe this is what they call the west end of the trail. The earlier part we walked on before we went through the urban area was the east end of the trail. Nicely terraced wall here for trail sides. I do know part of the plans they have for this trail in Buchanan is to eventually connect with the trail in Niles. Niles Trail, which connects to the Lafayette Trail into South Bend, of which I've walked on and made videos of. It's really interesting. I hear a railroad track. I hear a train. I just heard a train whistle not too far back. Or, I think you probably heard it too. And now the train seems to be gone. Must have been a 2 or 3 car train. Perhaps an industrial use railroad track. Anyhow, the plan is to connect Buchanan trails, the McCoys Creek Trail, to Niles Trail, which connects to South Bend. So you can go from state to state, city to city, county to county, all on the same trail path. How cool is that? Alright, let's get a look at this. Let me see if you can see what I see here. Let me try to zoom in. It's an old truck bed and more up in there. I'm not sure. I can see it. It's a little bit of debris. This part of the trail, I think, goes through what used to be an old junkyard trash heap for the city from way back in the day. They do have a Facebook page. I can't think of the name of it. It might be Friends of McCoy's Trail. Anyways, they do have a Facebook page and it talked about that. And they're reclaiming the area. And they have volunteers that are here and they're cleaning out as much of the harmful trash as they can. Toxic waste and such. And this is material from 100 years ago or more. You know, so, but it's there is a lot of data, even though I did have a difficult time finding the actual route of the trail. There is a lot of data about the trail. And of course all the stories that would go along with the 13 mills and the backstories, the industrial nature of this area from 100, 200 years ago. Coming up on more fit stations. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more fit stations. I'll spin and give you a look at them. Pretty cool. Another park bench that you can rest at. You are now entering City of Buchanan Wellhead Protection Area. It's really awesome that they are putting so much effort into reclaiming this area. It's difficult, I think, for Buchanan because they are a small town. I'm not sure the population, but it is, I would guess, maybe the city has 4,000 people perhaps. You can do the Google research yourself, Buchanan, Michigan and Berrien County. I'll try to do some more research as well, find that data out myself. With the city of Buchanan being as small as it is, it's difficult for them to work on these community projects financially. They rely a lot on volunteer help from the community and from local businesses. And apparently the community and local businesses really do a lot. They're going above and beyond to make this a really fantastic space. And that should always be applauded and encouraged. So thank you to the volunteers and the businesses associated with the reclamation project. I appreciate it. And now you know. Some more of the terracing that they're doing so they can keep the natural topography of the area intact. That's pretty cool. I have to say, living so close to the Michigan-Indiana border, Michigan is a much more hilly space than Indiana. I think Indiana was much more like Michigan in the distant past before we flattened it out for agricultural purposes. But the difference is almost immediate. You can tell there's such a difference as soon as you cross the state line. Michigan is much more rolling hills and such, and Indiana is pretty largely just kind of flat. Here we have a good number of exercise stations. Look at this. It's a cool little park off to the right here. But we have some parallel bars and uneven bars, pull-up bars. Looks like a sit-up bench over there and a sit-down bench here. How cool. It's a nice little well thought out corner lot there. I'm going to guess that I am on the intersection of the 1 mile loop at the end of the trail. We'll see, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And according to Map My Walk, we are over 2 miles in on this little hike. Been going at it for over an hour. Not making very good time, but that's because I keep stopping to look at stuff, which is fine. You know, I like doing it that way too. It's nice to just kind of hang out and not worry about getting miles in. Although I do want to get those miles in. So here we are on the west end of McCoys Creek Trail, and I think I'm in the 1 mile loop. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. It's a bike path. As I mentioned, I've been walking for over an hour. Well over 2 miles in. I just passed the first people I've seen yet. A father with 2 of his kids bike riding out here. It's a fantastic little bike path, and you can see it. That's probably 10 foot across, 10 foot wide. It's paved. So far the entire path has been paved. I did not know it was a paved trail. And the area going through the neighborhoods, of course, we had sidewalks. There was one little stretch where there was no sidewalk on either side. I'm not sure if this entire path is paved or not. We'll find out. Gonna keep going. I think I'll take a break as soon as I find a bench in a shady area. I brought water. I haven't had any yet, but I am getting thirsty. I have water in the car too for when I get back. I can blast those down. I want to be sure to stay hydrated. I am sweating. Not profusely, but it's a nice layer of sweat on my nugget. At this pace, it'll become a profuse sweat before too long. But I want to keep my hydration up. It's very important. Don't want to go to work tomorrow feeling like crap because of low hydration levels.